The aim of all these videos relating to traveling, conferences, volunteering is to stop traveling agencies from extorting from you and some other people, to empower you to explore on your own. You can also do this, you don't need to involve any traveling agency. Now my nurses, let me take you to Canada. Hi there. Today we'll be looking at some conferences for nurses specifically, and all these conferences are organized in Canada. Now the first one we'll be looking at is the Academy of Medical and Surgical Nurses. So the AMSN is the only professional association for medical and surgical nurses, supporting them throughout their professional careers from nursing school throughout certification. Their annual conference is happening this year between 12th of September to the 14th of September in Toronto, Canada. To be part, you just have to go to their site, which I will leave in the description in this video. This conference actually is not free and you need to pay to get invited. Sometimes you need to take a bold step and invest into yourself and take part in some of these conferences. Participation in international conferences significantly enhance your resume. It demonstrates your commitment to the professional development and also engagement in global nursing community. Now let's go on to their site and see how the registration process is like. Now if you go onto their website, this is how it's going to be. You see that it's boldly written in there, registration ongoing. So it says that register today to join us in September in Toronto for the premier gathering of medical, surgical nurses and health professionals. This means that you are not limited to only medical and surgical nurses, but other health professionals like doctors, pharmacists, health assistant, nurse assistant, anyone can register. Now, as I said earlier, this conference is not free. So these are the registration fees, and we are still in the early registration. This means that if you register early before 28th June, you are going to get some discounted fees. Now if you are a member of the conference, you are going to pay $540 and non-members are going to pay $705 and students are going to pay $340, military full conference. So those are the fees, and I think the most that we'll be concerned about is the full membership and those who are not members. So if you want to be a member, you can just quickly register on their site and you can get this discounted fee. But if you don't want to register as a member, you just pay $705, then you get yourself registered. One thing about this conference is that they allow you to take your spouse along. If you are a member and you want to take your spouse along, you have to pay $80, and if you are not a member of this AMSN, you have to pay $105 to bring your spouse along. Now to register, you can see register for yourself in here. You click on that one, then the registration page will load for you to register as a member. Now because I've already registered as a member, it just takes me straight to their site. But if you haven't registered, this is a good chance for you to register. But you can also go to the conference without being a member. So if you don't want to register, that's fine. So you just have to register yourself and follow the procedures. And if you follow the procedures, they are going to work on it and they will get you your invitation letter before you attend the conference. Now if you want to cancel your registration after you have paid your full fees, you can request for a full refund before the 19th of August 2024. But after the 19th of August, you are not going to get any refund. So you have to take note of all this. Now it's quite easy. Just go onto their site and register. And after registration, you pay the amount, you request for your invitation letter, then you start your visa application process. Now let's go on to the next one that we'll be looking at. The next conference we'll be looking at is also happening in Canada, and it is the Canadian Association of Critical Care Nurses Conference, which is happening this year in Canada. This conference will be happening in the Delta Regina in this region. I don't want to bite my tongue, so I'll leave this one. And it will be happening from the September 23rd to September 25th. Now, as I said earlier, this conference is also not free. If you want to register, I'll leave the link in the description for you to register. You just have to go through their website and just quickly look at the fees. If you look at the fees, it says that membership fees is $550, and if you are not a member, you have to pay $750 before you can be part. And there are fees for undergraduate students as well, which come at $400. You also have options to take part in the conference for a day, if you want to be there for 2 days, or if you want to be there for 3 days. And all these comes with separate fees. If you want to attend the conference for only 1 day as a member, you pay $300, but if you are not a member, you pay $500. And these fees only apply, it's called the early bird rate. It's for those who register early before 22nd of August 2022. There is still ample time for you to decide whether you want to go or not, and you make payment, then they take you to the next step. Now let's look at what they have for international attendees, because I get a lot of questions that most of these conferences do not recruit people outside their host country. Now let's look at this one. It says that international attendees, if you are attending from overseas, you have to do this. Now what you have to do is that registration opens in late May and early June. So registration is about to start, and you can start registering now if you are interested. So you just have to make sure that you stick to this timeline, May and early June. That is where the registration will open, and this is what they expect from those who be coming from overseas. You have to make sure that you complete and pay the conference registration. So this is a requirement. You have to make sure that you complete the registration and also make the necessary fees. And after that, you have to fill the international delegate form. After filling the international delegate form, letters of invitation will be provided 5 to 7 business days of receipt of the international delegate application. I hope you all understand. So you have to complete that. Let's look at the international delegate form. This is how the international delegate form looks like. It's a very simple form. That's only few places you have to fill. So they need your address, the name on your passport, and also if you come down, your country, your email address, the country that issued your passport, your employer details, and so on. Now you have to pay their registration fees. Fill this form, and between 5 to 7 days you get the invitation letter. All right, so after going through all the registration process and made payments, and you have received your invitation letter, then you start preparing for your visa application. Now if you have any questions regarding registration, payment, or anything, you just have to come up here. You will see contact us in there. If you click contact, you will see some phone numbers and email that you can reach out to if you have any questions or queries. You just have to email it to this address, and also you can call them if you want, but it's quite straightforward. But who knows, you can encounter some challenges and you might need help. If these two conferences are something that you have interest in, go along, register, and try to make sure that you get it all sorted. Now these are the two conferences I have for you today. This is specifically for nurses and other professionals in the health sector. This is a chance to take part in all these conferences to get networking opportunities, culture and traveling experience. You know, Canada is known for its diverse and beautiful landscape, and also the urban sophistication in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and the rest. You can also go there and have a tour after the conference and get new knowledge, come back to your country and help your motherland to grow. All right, thank you for watching up to this stage. Subscribe to our channel and see you in the next video. Peace out. Now if you are a member, it will be happening in Delta Regina, Saskatchewan.